BZ, forgive me, I call him BZ sometimes, my pen friend. 7th of December, 2023, at precisely 11:18, returning home from Bush Library with my toddler granddaughter sound asleep, prospectively thankful she did not hear me shriek, when I received a WhatsApp text that left me absolutely bereft. Morning, family, sadly, Benjamin Zephaniah has passed about 3 a.m. this morning. Dawning on me instantaneously that this was a developing press story. My friend who messaged me assumed I knew. Judy, you're in the audience, you assumed I knew. Since this headline was now global news, I cried out to a Rasta brother standing nearby, "No, Brother Benjamin Zephaniah, the poet, has died." "What?" "No, my sister, this can't be true. It was simply unimaginable to construe." So turning to Google for more information, The Independent provided this powerful confirmation. Benjamin Zephaniah, pioneering poet and Peaky Blinders star, dies at age 65. Nearing the end of my journey, another passenger looked like me, placed her hand reassuringly on my arm in a bid to keep me calm. Intuitively, picking up on my low mood, she asked, "Is anyone coming to meet you?" I assured her I could manage okay, though telephoned my husband just the same. Babbling my distress as I called, he was not surprised at all, having just seen breaking Sky News Live that Benjamin Zephaniah, my brother, had died. Trying desperately hard not to weep with my toddler granddaughter still sound asleep, I navigated the pushchair off the bus while thanking those kind travellers who made a fuss. Before reaching home, another text arrived from a councillor colleague who sympathised, Councillor Miriam Rice, by the way. "Hi Grace, I'm so sorry to hear about Benjamin and send you my love. What an incredible man, kiss." How touched I was. My councillor colleague reached out to me unexpectedly. Arriving home with my toddler granddaughter, now awake, deluding myself, "No, this has got to be some kind of mistake." That derision ended all too soon as I entered our living room to be enveloped by my husband's arms, who tried in vain to keep me calm. I remember actually shouting at him. I thought, "Why didn't you come downstairs and hug me at the door?" You know, poor thing. There in front of flooded eyes broke the news on Sky TV Live that Benjamin Zephaniah, the poet, the writer, the professor, self-proclaimed troublemaker, had died. Since that day, 7th December 2023, I spent each day reflecting on Benjamin's legacy, still trying hard to process this tragedy. The best way for me is through poetry. First, my deepest condolences I extend, remember this was written ages ago, to Benjamin's wife, loved ones, fans and friends, who will be experiencing unimaginable grief and a range of emotions, not least disbelief. I can but offer rhythm in words, a voice to soothe and to be heard, to share with readers and listeners near and far the reasons why I loved Benjamin Brother Zephaniah. Some aspects of our lives are similar. In infancy, writing poetry was my panacea. To help cope with displacement, paternal death, educational underachievement, racist beatings, and a domestic instability, I was politically active and published by 16. Loving lyrics, local libraries and literature, dub poetry became a powerful educator. Against the backdrop of riots in Southam and Brixton, I encountered Zephaniah's first book, Pen Rhythms. Decades later, I learnt from BZ exactly why this book marked a watershed. His rhythm and rhyme, rhetoric and style rejuvenated poetry and made it uniquely versatile. In the early 1980s, when I was just 18, I was passionately writing all kind of things. So despite leaving school with just 2 GCSEs, I was politically active in Ealing's community. Through my friendship with the Alexander family, who lived in the Ealing vicinity, I was introduced to the bookshop of the Huntleys, where I devoured dub poetry of Linton Kwesi Johnson and Benjamin Zephaniah, plus listened to speeches filled with zest and fire. Similarly, the Calendar family, who introduced me to Mr. Wilkie, an Ealing community champion who supported black children's education by organising supplementary schooling, conferences and cultural events where Brother Ben's poetry made perfect sense. Almost there. While race riots raged regionally, Benjamin Zephaniah, BZ's revolutionised poetry outside police stations, on demos, dance floors and on TV screens. He connected with diverse audiences creatively. Using his unique beat and from the street, BZ's lyrics livened up what was once an exclusively academic feat. While Brother Ben was writing and fighting for political campaigns and attracting local, national and global acclaim, I continued to develop my poetry, which helped to soothe me from all kinds of personal and challenging calamities in the 1980s, 1990s and in the millennium. Then, in March 2007, when the UK marked abolition after submitting a poem in a competition, Random House Children's Books, with Mallory Blackman, to my surprise, The Awakening of Amina won joint first prize. And I could hardly believe my eyes when I had my poem published in Mallory Blackman's landmark commemorative anthology, Unheard Voices, with writing, fiction, including poetry from the likes of Catherine Johnson, Alex Haley, Roots by the way. Alex Haley, I was in the book with Roots. Writer, Sandra Agard, John Agard, Grace Nichols, Brother Benjamin, James Berry. Yes, little old me. Nearly finished now. It wasn't my first published piece. In fact, I had 3 in print at just 16. But Willow Tree was a vanity press. They ripped me off, so I wasn't impressed. I'm sorry, I digress. My point is, now I knew I was being taken seriously, that my favourite poet, Benjamin Zephaniah, and me were now on the same page, so to speak, literally. Fast forward 2009, my bestie, May White, invited me to Lincoln Book Festival. I found out I've got a great aunt living in Lincoln as well, believe it or not. Best of all, I got to meet Brother Ben. And from then on, he became my pen friend. Not straight away, to be clear. I started to first appear with friends and WAPPY to his live performances. And the next is to continue, because then I'm going to talk about a little bit about those emails he shared. I knew he was in China. I didn't know it's just amazing. But he did say one thing. He said that always make peace before you go, because you never know when you're going to go. He was in one of his emails. Always, he didn't celebrate Christmas, he didn't celebrate birthdays, but always make peace. And that has stuck with me for now. So always make peace. If you can't make peace physically, make peace spiritually. Make peace with yourself. And that's it. Let's have a break now. Thank you very much.